Namaste everyone. In this video we shall solve a question of class 11 from the chapter called Trigonometric Functions. This is first question of exercise 3.2. So here they are asking us to find the values of other 5 trigonometric functions if cos x is minus 1 by 2. X lies in the third quadrant. Now for the students who have studied up to 10th standard, they may wonder how cos of some angle is a negative value here, because we have seen that the minimum value of cos is 0 and the maximum value of cos is 1 in 10th standard. Why is it so? There the minimum value was 0, minimum value of cos x or cos theta was 0 and the maximum value was 1, because the values of theta varied from 0 to 90 degrees only, We did not explore what are the values of trigonometric ratios beyond 90 degrees or more than 90 degrees. But in class 11 we will be able to tell the values of the trigonometric functions or trigonometric ratios for the angles more than 90 degrees as well. Before we dive into the solution of this question, first let us see how the values of different trigonometric ratios varies with the quadrants. As you know, drawing the two coordinate axes, the x-axis and the y-axis, will divide the given plane into 4 quadrants. This is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. Keeping this as the first quadrant, we have to go anti-clockwise and call this as second, third, and this one as the fourth quadrant. Now the values of x or the values of theta will vary from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. 0 degrees to 90 degrees in the first quadrant. In the second quadrant, it is from 90 degrees to 180 degrees. The angle varies from 90 degrees to 180 degrees. And the third quadrant, it is from 180 degrees to 270 degrees. And in the fourth quadrant, it is 270 degrees to 360 degrees. Again back to 0 degrees. Now here I have expressed the angle in terms of degrees. In one of the previous videos on trigonometric functions, I told that I had mentioned that the angle can also be measured in radians. Radians is the standard unit of angle. So in fact we had also discussed how to convert angle in degrees to angle in radians. Once again, let's recall that angle in radians is equal to angle in degrees into pi by 180 degrees. Now what is if angle is 0 degrees, then 0 into pi by 180 degrees will give us 0 itself, so it is 0 radians. Suppose the angle is 90 degrees, so angle in degrees is 90 degrees into pi by 180 degrees, so 91 times 92 times, this will be pi by 2 radians. So 90 degrees can also be written as pi by 2 radians, so I shall write here as pi by 2. Then 180 degrees in radians can be written as, so angle in degrees is 180 degrees into pi by 180 degrees, so 180 degrees will cancel each other, we will be left with pi radians. So this is pi radians. And if it is if the angle is 270 degrees, then what will be the angle in radians? It will be 270 into pi by 180 degrees, so 92 times 93 times, this will be 3 pi by 2 radians. 3 pi by 2 radians. Now why are we discussing about the quadrants here? So in the first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios, all the 6 trigonometric ratios will be positive. So you know, sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cot theta, cosecant theta and secant theta. These are the 6 trigonometric ratios. So all the trigonometric ratios will be positive in the first quadrant. So I'll write A. Here A stands for all. In the second quadrant, sine x or sine theta will be positive. In that is, I'll write S for sine. In the third quadrant, tangent or tan x will be positive. So I'll write T here, T for tan. And in the fourth quadrant, cos x will be positive. So I'll write C here. How to remember? So starting from the first quadrant, you can remember an acronym. You can remember an acronym called ASTC. So ASTC, all, sine, tan and cos. This is cos, not cot, it is cos. So in the first quadrant, all the trigonometric ratios will be positive. In the second quadrant, sine will be positive. If sine is positive, it's reciprocal of sine. Cosecant also will be positive. So cosecant x also will be positive. In the third quadrant, tan is positive, implies that cot, which is the reciprocal of tan, will also be positive. And cos, C for cos. So in the fourth quadrant, cos will be positive and its reciprocal, that is secant x, also will be positive with the fourth quadrant. In this way, using this acronym ASTC, we can determine the trigonometric ratios which are positive in the given quadrant. So now let's see what is the question and let's solve it. If cos x is minus 1 by 2 in the third quadrant, we know that in third quadrant only tan or cot are positive, means the other trigonometric ratios will be negative. Cos is one of the other trigonometric ratios and it is negative, and that is minus 1 by 2. Fine. Now we need to find the values of other 5 trigonometric ratio functions. Some of you, after looking at this question, you may recall that we have solved similar questions in grade 10 as well, in grade 10 CBSE as well. So we shall solve this using the similar approach. Now when cos x is negative or cos x is minus 1 by 2, what is secant x? We know that secant x is 1 by cos x. So this will be 1 by minus 1 by 2, because cos x is minus 1 by 2. Secant x will be minus 2. Secant x will be minus 2 in the third quadrant if cos x is minus 1 by 2. So this is the value of secant x. Now how to find out the value of sin x? We know that sin square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. This is one of the trigonometric identities which we have learnt in 10th standard. So here from this I can write sin square x as 1 minus cos square x, or sin x as square root plus or minus square root of 1 minus cos square x. So this is very important. We had not considered plus or minus in 10th standard, but here we are considering. There we did not consider because all the trigonometric ratios which we learned were supposed to be positive, because we had taken the values of angle from 0 to 90 degrees, where all the trigonometric ratios are positive, were positive or will be positive. But here because we are talking about second quadrant, third quadrant and the fourth quadrant, there is a possibility of sign being negative. So that's why we'll write plus or minus. Anyway, substituting the value of cos x in this. So sin x is equal to plus or minus 1 minus cos x. What is the value of cos x? It is minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, but there is square here, so minus 1 by 2 whole square. If you simplify this, plus or minus 1 minus 1 by 4, so plus or minus, so this will be 3 by 4. You know how to simplify this, so this will be plus or minus root 3 by 2. Now is it plus or minus? For that we need to look at the quadrant in which cos value is given. Cos x is minus 1 by 2 in the third quadrant, and in the third quadrant except tan and cot, all the other trigonometric ratios are negative. In third quadrant, so what about sin x? Sin x is negative, so we take the value of sin x as minus root 3 by 2. So this is the value of another trigonometric ratio. So far we have found out the values of two trigonometric ratios other than cos. So we shall find the values of the other trigonometric ratios. Now once we know sin x, it's very easy to determine the value of cosecant x. Why? Because we know cosecant x is 1 by sin x. Just now we got the value of sin x as minus root 3 by 2. So cosecant x will be 1 by minus 3 by 2. So this is cosecant x will be equal to minus 2 by root 3. So this is the value of cosecant x when cos x is minus 1 by 2. Next, how do we find out tan x? We know that tan x is sin x by cos x. Tan x is sin x by cos x. So here sin x is minus root 3 by 2. Cos x is given as minus 1 by 2. So sin x is minus root 3 by 2, cos x is minus 1 by 2. If you simplify this, so we'll get tan x as root 3 by 1, which is root 3. Now we are getting tan x value as positive. So should it be positive? Yes, it should be positive, because here we are talking about the third quadrant. As I mentioned before, tan and cot both will be positive when which quadrant? In the third quadrant, and we are getting a positive value of tan, which is root 3 plus root 3. Now how to find out cot x from this? Cot x is equal to 1 by tan x, so 1 by root 3. So cot x is also positive, and what is its value? Cot x is 1 by root 3. So did we find the values of other 5 trigonometric ratios? Yes. This is the first trigonometric ratio, this is the second trigonometric ratio, this is the third trigonometric ratio, this is a fourth trigonometric ratio, and this is the fifth trigonometric ratio. So we have found the values of other 5 trigonometric functions if cos x is equal to minus 1 by 2. So we have solved this problem completely. I hope you have understood. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. Thank you very much.